With more and more brands releasing mini compressors, we thought it would be a fun comparative test to put 6 of these units to the test and see how they perform in terms of sound, speed, and accuracy. Let's dive in and see how they do. Before you guys, make any snarky comments, obviously we ride e-bikes, so we're too lazy to pump up our own tires. We could talk about some of the benefits, I guess, for those riders who maybe are using CO2s, which are, disposable items and maybe don't want to be trash and burning through those expensive things. I think most riders that I go out with usually carry CO2 and a pump as like a last resort sort of a thing. Yeah. So this will be an interesting product line, I think, to see if this replaces CO2 for a majority of riders, other than maybe like the absolute racer who really needs every second, to get back on the trail. But yeah, so we've got 6 units here. Travis is going to be putting them through the test, and we're going to do some audible readings, I guess, to check out how loud they are, how fast they pump up a 29-inch Schwalbe gravity radial casing tire. It's a 2.5, I believe. So 29.25, I think, is a pretty solid size for us to compare. I think most people ride that. And then we'll also check accuracy. We're gonna have another gauge, and we'll see how close every unit except this original gen Muc-Off has a display screen on there, so you can preset what you want your PSI to be. And in theory, it should let off right when you get to that PSI. So obviously we have a couple of different brands. Some of them look oddly similar to other brands' units. All right, so Travis, we'll let you get to work and see which one of these you think you're gonna be putting in your hip pack.
Yeah, let's get pumping. First up, we have the Cycplus AS2 Pro. And this little bad boy weighs in at 106 grams. And we have a battery life of 3 to 4 tires. And the charging time on this is a claimed 30 minutes from a dead battery to a full battery. Okay, so as Drew said, the majority of these have a digital screen on them so that we can set it to a predetermined pressure, which we've chosen 25 to get it up to. There we go. Cycplus 25 in just over a minute and 1 second. Pressure gauge, let's see how accurate the Cycplus was. 22.5. Our gauges said about 22.5, whereas the Cycplus said 25 PSI, so just off about 2.5. Next up is the Fix eFlator Mini. This little guy weighs in at 120 grams. It's a little bit higher than their claimed 108 grams. Battery life is up to 4 tires. And the charge time on this is an hour from a dead battery. So we got it set at 25 PSI. Let's get it on there and see how long it takes. 1 minute, 30 seconds to get to 25 PSI. One of the things that I noticed is, well, it is a little bit warm. I had to keep it pressed on there really hard to make sure that the digital gauge, as it was climbing up, if I didn't keep it pressed on there hard, it would drop back down to 0. That is actually very hot, so caution with that. Ooh, we're over. 27.4, so a little bit over. All right, next up, the Muc-Off AirMach Electronic Mini. 115 grams. Battery life is only up to 2 tires, so definitely a bit less. And then charge time, 25 minutes. This is also the one that does not have a digital display, so we're gonna have to kind of do some interesting timing and checking with the gauge as we go. Okay, let's see how close we are to 25. 22 there, let's keep going. A little bit more. And we're at 24, so let's call it there. That was 1 minute and 45 seconds. No digital display on this. That does make it a little bit smaller. Also, obviously you can't preset stuff. Doesn't save a bunch on weight, but it's also the most affordable option out of all 6 of these. So, all right, next up is the Topeak E-Booster, one of the bigger ones. Claimed weight is 126 grams. I weighed it, it actually comes in at 184. Battery life is up to 4 tires, and the charge time is 45 minutes. All right. 1 minute, 38 seconds. With it being the biggest one, it was touching the spoke. And so it was kind of trying to vibrate off of the valve and just, yeah, definitely like vibrating my hand, vibrating into my leg as I had to hold it on there. So maybe a downside of it being the biggest one, but not too big to fit in your pack. And we are at 27. So 2 over. All right, next up, the Trek Air Rush, 132 grams. Battery life is up to 7 tires, and our charge time is under 1 hour. I got it dialed up to 25 PSI. Let's see how long it takes. That was like 1 minute and 31 seconds. The battery, it has 4 battery bars on there. We've already dropped 1. Would it actually fill up 7 tires? I'm not so sure since it just dropped 1 battery. Ooh, 24.9. So that's hands down the most accurate one so far. So last up, the Viair Recon Mini. Weight is 127 grams. The battery life, they claim not in tires, but in minutes, 5 to 7 minutes. And the charge time is acclaimed less than 1 hour. Let's get it on here and see how long it takes to get to 25 PSI. 1 minute and 28 seconds. I liked that. I did not feel like I had to push it on there and really hold it on there to keep it going with an accurate reading. 27. So a little over with the Viair. Next up is the decibel test. We're gonna test each unit to see how loud they are. There we go.
So that peaked at 64 and was hovering at 48 to 50.
Okay.
But yeah, it was high 48s. Same, that thing peaked at about 64, but it hovered at about 55.7.
Little louder overall.
50.8.
I had a feeling that was gonna be the quietest, the most quiet.
Interesting. 49.6. I would say the Muc-Off sounded nicer.
Right, yeah.
But that read quieter.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, that's surprising because when I did the Muc-Off first, I was like, oh, that's going to be the quietest.
Yeah, I think this is just a much lower tone, and this is a higher pitch tone.
That's true.
So, yeah. Boy, that one shot up to like 60, and then it was kind of fluctuating between 52 to 55, which is weird because it sounded like the same tone.
I think I particularly don't like the tone of this one. Like it
really,
of all of them, yeah, it hurts my ears the most for whatever reason. Yeah.
Okay. 55.6.
Okay.
That's an intense one.
Yeah, I don't particularly like that tone.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one sounds like the most like a bunch of pissed off flies in your ear. I would say the Viair. Sound test is done. You've weighed them all. You've used them all. Which one are you packing?
I mean, I think the Cycplus is going to be the one for me. It's one of the smallest, and it's also the fastest by about 30 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, and then I guess getting into briefly the accuracy of the gauge. I think while it's really cool, the Trek Air Rush was the most accurate. I think if you owned one of these, once you learn and you know, validate with your own pressure gauge how far off it is, all you have to do is on that preset screen add or decrease that 1 or 2 PSI, and then from there you know where you're at and you can adjust. So I would agree. I mean, again, this is not a paid review. No one has paid us for an endorsement or sponsored the video here. These are just 6 units that we have been sent from various brands to test and try out. But yeah, I think all of these pumps do the job. I would probably recommend whichever one you can find a deal on somewhere would be worth purchasing if you're looking to add something that's not a pump or CO2 to your pack. We've started carrying these a little bit more in our own packs just because it's nice to have, you know, depending on what kind of a puncture you have and how quick you need to get air in that tire. But yeah, all in all, I think they all work and do a good job. Speaking of not an endorsed or sponsored video, we do have some links down below. We've resisted doing the affiliate link thing for quite a while, but it seems like so many others are. We promise we will never be dishonest or hide things in a product review in the hopes of making a few bucks in a commission. But if you would like to support the channel, there are some retailers down below who appreciate our channel and our viewers, so be sure to check those out down below if you are looking to make a purchase on a product. Thank you guys very much for watching, and we'll see you out on the trails.